Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat, it sure smells sweet when it comes down right behind the rain. Oklahoma, where my honey lamb and I. You got a honey lamb? Yeah, I got a honey lamb. It's right over there. Where? Right behind you. What? You mean that one with the sombrero on her head? Yeah, she's a Latina. Oh, come on now. That's a, don't you say it. Don't say what? She ain't no dummy. I know she ain't no dummy. But never mind. JT, man, I swear. I don't know what I'm going to do with this boy. He's in love, I guess. I guess you got to understand all that stuff. Good morning, folks. It's the Cap Guy here with the Cap Guy Show starring Cap Guy and JT. Had a good day yesterday, and I'll get into that. I'm going to get into the numbers, but first I want to say thank you to Kevin, Commonwealth Picker. I've been watching for a little while, and by the way, I'm wearing a Titleist cap too there, Kevin. I got some subscribers from his channel, and I also got one from Gemini Thrifts, who had mentioned in my video yesterday, and I've mentioned a few times throughout the 2 months that I've been doing this. I'm not a pro at this, and just to give you a little hind story on me, for those of you that are new to the channel, I grew up in Central Texas, Austin area. I went in the Navy, served on the East Coast in Charleston on a cruiser, and then I served on a carrier on the West Coast, California. And when I came home, I got into the transportation industry, started as a driver, and then I worked 35 years in the industry, the last 20 being with overnight transportation based in Richmond, Virginia, and which is an LTL, or less than truckload carrier, for those that don't know that term. And then in 2005, we were acquired by UPS. We became UPS Freight. I was a manager in Phoenix, and I've lived all over the country, New York, Dallas a couple times, Beaumont, Texas, Golden Triangle. I've lived in Oklahoma a few times, Phoenix, Arizona. So I've lived all over, and I've been all over the world, of course, in the Navy. If you want to join the Navy, it is an adventure because you do get to travel, but you better like salt water. And then I spent about almost 2 years ago, June will be 2 years, I retired. And I had 20 years with the company, and now the first year I sat and watched Dr. Phil and Let's Make a Deal and Price is Right, and I gained some pounds, and I decided if I wanted to do something after retirement besides die in my chair, I better get busy. And I'd been an eBay reseller part-time since '04, mainly jerseys and things that I knew a lot about. And I went on keto, and I lost 61 pounds, and I had a lot of energy, so I decided to go full-time. And about May of last year, I started buying a lot of stuff. And in the beginning, I bought a lot of Ralph Lauren and Miss Me jeans, which, if you watch my previous videos, I trying to get out of the clothing side of it. There is some money in some of the higher-end stuff, and there is some money in some of the vintage stuff, single-stitch T-shirts, things like that. But the hard goods, and Matt from Part-Time Pickers is a living legend with how much money he makes. He makes more than probably all of us, and he calls himself part-time, but he does really well, and I picked up some tips. I mean, where else can you sell Winnie the Pooh diapers and make $30 off 10 vintage diapers or old vintage stock and things like that. And I think a lot of eBay reselling is, obviously, it's needs, things people need. We order supplies and things through eBay or Amazon. The other is memories. And for me, memories is music. You think of a song, you hear a song, you think of where you were, who you were with, or what you were doing, and immediately that was what comes to mind when I hear a song. And but a lot of things people buy are, again, their needs or their memories of the past, the old collectibles, or they do collect things. So not to get too deep into all of it, but just give you a little background on me. I do live in Oklahoma. in the town where Garth Brooks is from, Yukon, Oklahoma. And I retired here, and I love it here. And now I do this full time. And hopefully after this nasty virus is done, and I don't want to talk too much about it because we hear about it all day long, but please stay safe. And I hope you enjoy the channel. I would appreciate any comments. Let me know what you thought or have questions about eBay and reselling. I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit. Like I said, I'm getting out of the clothing, the shoes, again, depending on what it is, but it's the hard goods that seem to be what sells and the profits. If you go back and look at my videos, you can see of the 2 months I've been doing it, some of the things. And also I would say check out, there's a video called Alphabet Soup that I made, and I just created it. And again, I'm not a professional at this, but check it out. It's kind of a lot of every letter has something associated with eBay reselling or reselling on any platform for that matter. So check those out, and again, let me know what you think, and I'll get into the numbers here. But again, I want to do a shout out to Lonnie. Lonnie Garage Flips. I did Shed Flips. I did buy something from him, and he sent me a card and a thank you. He hadn't done a video in a few days. Commonwealth Picker Kevin, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the plug. And Gemini Thrifts, I sent her a note. I watch her videos too. And Cincinnati Picker, I watch him as well. So they all seem to have their niche in what they do. I appreciate any help and advice. And I'm going to show you my shelf as of today with Kevin and everybody's stuff on it. So over here, I got a little collection. Of course, my cards are up there. And I got the Fleet Enema with Kevin's card on it. And got that man, and he'll stay up there. Of course, I've got other little figures. I got Garage Flips card. And then I bought something recently from Part-Time Pickers, and I got Matt's card up there along with some other miscellaneous stuff. These buttons are yes and no and easy and BS. We don't use that too much, do we, JT? No, yeah, we do. Well, yeah, we do. We do. So anyway, I'll get into what I sold yesterday. I did sell 11 items, and we'll start off with, and nothing was really what I call big, but they're sales, and right now I'll take those. Now I am running a 20 and 30 or 25% sale on a bunch of stuff. This wasn't one of them, but these are Carolina hip hugger jeans, and there you go. You see, they got the they're kind of like the old 60s kind of hip hugger type style. They're not as colorful as the 60s, and I was a kid in the 60s. I sold these for $13.50, but I did pay $8.38 back when I was going crazy buying clothes. So when it was all said and done after shipping, I made $5.75 off of them. Another pair of jeans. These are Banana Republics. And again, I'm trying to move all this inventory. These are some petite women's jeans, or young person's jeans. Sold them for $9. I sent an offer out. I only had $2.40 in these, plus shipping. So I ended up making $7 on these. The next item I sold is an Adidas Madrid Real jersey. It's really nice. It's a medium. I sold it for $11.50. I had 80 cents in this, so that means I found it at the bins, plus shipping. So I made $9.75 off of it. And here's my bolo, my thing. I have a few of these, and I've been selling for about a year now. I came across a lady at a yard sale that her father-in-law was doing demos at Sam's Club, and they were selling for about $80 a pop, and he was getting out of it, and they had boxes and boxes of these. So I bought a few of them, sold a couple, and then I went back and bought a box, and then I bought another box, and then I just recently bought 2 more boxes. So I've got $3.25 in them. They're just about out of them, so I won't have them a whole lot longer once I get out of this supply. But I'm making about $20 a box, and I'm selling them for $27.89, which is a far cry from what they were selling for at Sam's. Plus shipping. Again, I had $3.25 invested, so I made $21 off this box. It's a very nice set. And for those of you that are interested, my user ID on eBay is Texas43Blue. All one word. And my store is sports and the letter R, my game, again, all one word, even though it's not sports anymore. I mean, I do have stuff in there that's sports related, but it's a diversity of things, but I just ain't going to change the store. I've had it since '04. So Texas43Blue is my user ID if you want to follow me on eBay or if you want to buy something. This is, found two of these, one for an Xbox and one for a PS3 at a yard sale, paid $1 a piece. They're brand new, sealed in the package. It's just like an HDMI cord for that system. And sold it for $10, had $1 invested, plus shipping. So I made $8.25 when it was all said and done. This I found last week along with a fedora, another fedora. And I found a few of those at the bins recently if you go back and look at some of my videos. I've sold most of them. But this is a Kevin McAndrews. Now, I've never heard of it, but I looked it up. Again, I use my phone when I'm out sourcing, and of course, I'm not sourcing right now. I haven't sourced in over a week. It's killing me, too. I got that FOMO. For those of you who don't know what FOMO, fear of missing out, FOMO. But anyway, this hat is $35, or I sold it for $35. I ran it on an auction because I just wasn't sure how it would do. And that's what it sold for. I got a bid early on, and that's what it sold for. So $35. I had $2.32 invested from Goodwill, and plus shipping. And that's leaving here in a few minutes when I head to the post office. I made $28.50 off this hat. The next is a Batman puzzle, and I've seen a lot of these on some of the YouTube channels. People are selling puzzles to find things to do, or people are buying them to find things to do. People are selling them too. I paid $5.99 for this and a lot of different Batman stuff. I had a bobblehead that was a welder bobblehead. Sold that for $100 and only paid $1 for it. But this I sold for $15. I paid $5.99. So when it was all said and done, I made $7.75 off of it. Another clothing item, and again, I'm trying to get out of the t-shirts and polos and all that. Southern Thread Farm Fresh Women's Burnout shirt. I've had this for a little while. I sold it for $10, free shipping. I had $3.33 invested, which means I bought it at a Goodwill store. So when it was all said and done, I made $2. But again, I moved that inventory. Here's another one I bought early on, and I don't normally pay this much for a ball cap anymore, but I did pay... I paid $1 for this one. Typically, I get them at the bins, and they're 18 cents because it's 69 cents a pound. $5, Seth Wadley Ford. That's a local Ford dealership here in Oklahoma. $5. It's pristine. It's in great shape, the foam and everything. So I don't know how old it is, but it does look like it has a little vintage to it. But again, $5 with shipping on top, and I ended up making $5 because the shipping was a little higher. This I found at a estate sale at the end of February. For those of you who don't know or haven't watched my previous videos, I went to an estate sale. The lady's husband had passed away about 8 years ago, and the house had been sitting for a while. And they had a lot of vintage. I've sold a Merle Haggard shirt out of there, a bunch of vintage Marlboro t-shirts like this one. I sold some Harley Davidson jackets and some audio stuff. They had a lot of music stuff. Her husband played music, was a Vietnam vet. Thank you for your service. And anyway, I sold this for, I had 50 cents invested in it. Sold it for $20.50 plus shipping, made $18.50 off the shirt. And then this item is the one I talked about in my video yesterday a little bit. I bought this scanner. I actually got this at the bins, but it's heavy. It weighs over 10 pounds. And so at 69 cents a pound, you know, got about $7 invested in it. But about a week ago, I got a message from a gentleman in England that wanted to buy just the cord, but he wanted to still pay me the $51 I had for the whole setup. So obviously I'm going to jump at that, and I did, and it went through the GSP, and it's on its way to him. Well, I decided to put this back on for $23.40 plus shipping, and it sold. And I accidentally put it on an auction, so it ran its course, but only one bidder, and it sold. So I got rid of it too, and actually made a little extra money off of it. So all in all, in the day, I had 11 sales, $28.96 in cost of goods, $180.79 in sales, and $145.50 in profit. And again, that's a Monday, and typically Mondays and Fridays seem to be my slowest days. My weekends seem to be the biggest days. I don't know if that's the same for those of you that resell, but I will take it on a Monday. Maybe it's because people are at home and, who knows. But one thing I did want to mention and get comments on is yesterday, I have a premium store. I just upgraded it about a month ago because I have so many listings. And for those of you who don't know, I have over 2,300. Excuse me. I got a note. I get 1,000 fixed listings and 500 auction, and I was approaching my limit. Well, about a week ago, I got a note from eBay and said, we've doubled your limit. So now I can list about 6,400 items if I want to. I'm still debating even getting close to that number because 2,300 is hard enough. But last night I got a note that I could list 50,000 listings fixed for free. Now, is that because of what's going on? Probably. But I just wondered if anybody else got a message like that, because, I mean, there's no way I've got 50,000 items to list, but I just thought it was kind of interesting that they send out a message with 50,000 free fixed listings through the end of April. Well, there's no way I could even physically list 50,000 items by the end of April unless I had about 6 people here listing with me, and I'm by myself doing this listing. So I am going to do some listing today. I'm going to take advantage of some that I still have from this month, and I'll run to the post office. And for those of you who don't know me, a couple of different things that I do believe in. One is fast shipping. I never ship past 1 day, and sometimes I'll ship same day. So if somebody was to ding my phone right now buying something, I go grab it and ship it because I haven't been to the post office yet. And yesterday I had at least 2 items that went to the post office that were sold yesterday morning. So, and those were those 2 jeans. So shipping fast, and that's where most of my feedback comes in, is because I'm so fast at shipping. I've even had comments about how I beat Amazon to them. Again, it's all about customer service, and I truly, sincerely care about my customers. I communicate with them. I send them messages when I ship. If I feel it's needed or I should. I track a lot of the shipments that I sell, and if they're stuck at a post office and it's available for pickup, I'll send them a note and say, hey, this has been sitting for 2 days at the post office. It's all about customer service, letting the customer know. I think they appreciate it, and it makes me feel better knowing that I'm doing something. And again, this probably goes back to my trucking UPS days, customer service. But mine is not just a word. I actually live it and believe that customer service is important. Again, effort. It takes effort, and it's a lot of work. Anybody that thinks eBay is not, or selling on any platform is easy, it's not just about going and finding this stuff, or I'd do that all the time if that was all there was to it. But everybody that does it knows the picture taking, the storage, the inventory, all that stuff takes time. And it's a long day for those of you that do this and have the volumes that dictate those hours and shipping and everything else. I do try to ship all my stuff at night that's sold during the day, and then anything that straggles in the morning. That's just so I can keep up with it, and I'm not spending my morning doing that, especially since I started doing the YouTube videos. And again, I'm just trying to help people. I do want to grow the channel, obviously. I want to get out to more people, and I hope this is helping you. Again, thank you, Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, and I appreciate everybody and everything. Please comment below, share, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow because I'm making a video every morning, rain or shine. And y'all have a great day from Oklahoma, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.